Idioms are words that we use to make our language sound more natural, and they also add more meaning to our speech. So if you want to learn about idioms, stay tuned. So let's jump right in. What is an idiom? An idiom is a phrase whose meaning is different from the literal meaning of the individual words themselves. I know that may seem just a little bit confusing, but trust me, if you are using idioms in your everyday speech, your listener or the person whom you are talking to is going to gain a whole lot more understanding of what you're actually trying to say than if you just used words in their literal meaning. And to be honest with you, it makes using language a lot more fun. Let's look at a few more examples. Number 1, break a leg. Often we'll say break a leg to stage performers or anyone who's putting on some kind of show, but we don't want them to actually go out and break their leg. That's ridiculous. But what we're saying is good luck, do a good job. I know that doesn't sound nice, but people say it all the time. And quite frankly, people understand it as good luck. Next one, it's a piece of cake. Now we're not actually saying go eat a piece of cake, or we're not saying I want a piece of cake. What we're actually saying is, oh, it's easy. If you're taking an exam or something like that, you may be nervous and your friend may say, listen, I took this test before. It's a piece of cake, right? It's reassuring you that it's going to be easy. Don't be nervous. Number 3, hold your horses. Hey, hold your horses. Now, we don't actually want you to go and hold on to a horse or a group of horses. What we actually are saying is wait, be patient. So people will say, hold your horses when they want you to wait in line. They don't want you to be disgruntled about waiting in line. Hold your horses, right? That's an idiom. So now you may be wondering, how, if I'm taking a test, how can I identify an idiom in a sentence? Well, there's some pretty easy ways to do it. Number 1, the words don't make literal sense. If you look at a sentence and it seems like there's a group of words that's strange or impossible to figure out all on their own, well, there might be an idiom. Number 2, the meaning becomes clear only when you think about the word in context. You can't figure out the meaning by looking at each individual words or even looking at the phrase itself by itself. You have to take the whole sentence in context in order to understand that group of words. Well, it's probably an idiom. Number 3, it describes a feeling or situation in a fun or creative way. Idioms, remember, they often paint a picture in your listener's mind. So if you notice that a phrase is very colorful, it is probably an idiom. So let's practice a little bit together. Now, as we go through each one of these questions, go ahead and pause the video to think to yourself before moving on to the answer. That way you'll know if you're catching on or not. Number 1, Sam finally decided to face the music after forgetting his homework again. Now you can identify this idiom because it, quite frankly, makes no sense by itself. Face the music, we don't mean turn and face music. No. So because that makes absolutely no sense by itself, it has to be an idiom. Now, how can we answer this question? Well, we're simply going to plug in each of the answers and see which one makes sense in context. For example, number 1, Sam finally decided to A, listen to a song after forgetting his homework again. That doesn't seem quite right. Let's try the next one. Sam finally decided to accept the consequences after forgetting his homework again. Maybe. Let's go to number C. Let's go to C just to make sure. Sam finally decided to play an instrument after forgetting his homework again. Well, we know that if we forget our homework, there's going to be consequences, so it has to be B. Let's go to number 2. When Mia heard the good news, she was on cloud 9. Now listen, we don't want you to float on a cloud, even if you've numbered them 1 through 9. So that cannot be it because it makes no sense on its own, right? So we know that that group of words is an idiom. So let's plug in A, B, and C, just like we did before, to come up with the answer. When Mia heard the good news, A, she was very happy. B, when Mia heard the good news, she was on an airplane. C, when Mia heard the good news, she was confused. Well, let's look at the context of the sentence. It's good news. So what would most likely be her reaction? She must be very happy. She was on cloud 9 means A, she was very happy. Number 3. Don't worry about the test. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Well, I know I don't want you to cross a bridge. So that has to be the idiom. So let's look at each of the answer choices and see what the answer is. A, don't worry about the test. We'll go on a field trip. B, don't worry about the test. We'll solve that problem later. C, don't worry about the test. We will walk across the real bridge. Which one seems to be the most appropriate answer? If you answered B, you are absolutely correct. Thank you so much for learning about idioms with me today. Come back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if these videos help you, please go ahead and comment below so that I know which other videos to upload to help you even further. Have a wonderful day.